Hey everybody, welcome back. Thank you for being patient. We're making a lot of technological changes behind the scenes here, so we appreciate your being patient with us. What you just saw was our virtual set system that allows us to make our office, our conference room look like whatever we want it to. And now you're watching us on a physical set that's all part of our studio setup. This is all part of what you have the ability to experience when you become part of our platform, is that we have the ability to do the physical sets, the virtual sets, and to make your presentation a very professional one. Now, I understand that we were having some challenges with buffering. There's nothing I can do about that. That's a bandwidth issue. It could be on your end for all we know. I'm hoping that it's not an issue on our end because there's nothing we can really do to adjust it right now. But with that in mind, the wonders of modern technology don't always cooperate with us. So trust me that if you're missing any part of this, we'll be able to have you watch the replay and you'll be able to see the whole thing seamlessly. But in the meantime, I've got some very important people I want to share with you, share their stories and get you to know them, because they have stories that will help you to understand where your opportunity may be to become part of what we're doing. So I'd like to start off by welcoming Lorette Farris of iBoss to the curvy couch. So we got our own curvy couch going on here. And why don't you tell us a little bit about your story, Lorette? You've been with us since the beginning of this facility's launch. And so you really have some unique insight into all the resources. So why don't you, first of all, tell us a little bit about your company, tell us a little bit about you, and then we'll talk about what your experience has been so far.
Great, thanks, Glenn. This is wonderful to be here, and I thank you. I think Village Connector is doing a wonderful job for entrepreneurs and business owners who are here to help others in what they do. iBoss specifically assists companies as they're walking that path of raising capital. And that capital is investments as opposed to debt with banks. So this is a platform that is perfectly situated for that, because it is education, it's understanding, it's being able to put information out there. There are a lot of new regulations that speak to people being able to raise capital today the way they were never able to do it before. And it is amazing when I do presentations and things of that nature, how many don't know that the Security and Exchange Commission has changed those regulations, but also the way online investing is happening and the convergence of the two. So having a platform where I can speak to exactly that, helping entrepreneurs understand how to raise capital in today's market, is fabulous, and doing it where I'm part of a community that helps you to know what to do and how to do and where to go and how to do it, I think is just fabulous. So thank you.
So let's talk a little bit about some of you had a lot to share in that that presentation of your experience with us so far. But number one, you have understood the value of having digital products. I've seen your course, which you now have the ability to distribute globally, or at least nationwide as it relates to raising capital in the United States. And you don't have to be everywhere that somebody wants to know that information, which is what you saw. You've had the opportunity to use the studio not only to create your own courses, but also to create your own TV show. Can we give it a pitch?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, so Pitch Perfect?
Oh, you mean the iBoss Pitch Perfect show?
Yes, of course I do. So even though that show, now here's the thing that's really unique about this, is that show had its genesis here in our studio. We sat on this curvy couch in the studio, just talking about ideas, just masterminding, and came up with that concept for the show. And you're not even producing it here anymore because you've gotten to be so big time that you're getting picked up by investors and people that want to take you network wide. So I mean but it all started with your having access to a professional quality and production environment that gave you the ability to put your best foot forward and attract the attention of someone who said, I'd like to be part of that.
That's exactly right. I mean, again, here at Village Connector, between the studio and the ability to have space like this for entrepreneurs, that this is what you do when you need space that you can bring people in to have meetings, but yes, being able to have this kind of technology where you're also taping it or live streaming it, there aren't a lot of places that you can get that.
Now, and you're right, and I would encourage people to look around and try to find that, because the truth is that I know that this doesn't exist elsewhere, which is why we created it. We wanted there to be a turnkey solution for speakers, trainers, coaches, consultants, and educators to be in a position to have access to event space and access to a quality production environment.
Right.
We've got a TV studio and a radio studio, and we're going to be talking about that a little bit later. So you've had a chance to host events here as well, and I'm going to turn that, on that note, to William Murry, our next guest, who is also a member, a relatively new member, but a member nevertheless, a welcome member. And so, William, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do, and then I want to chat with you about what you've used of the services so far.
Well, I'm the president of the Millionaire Mastermind Institute, which is an institution for entrepreneurs and future entrepreneurs, where they can learn the business concept of business and understanding success, and so they can learn how to get from idea to implementation and beyond. I was looking for something like this. This is what I needed to complete and get me to the level of where I needed to go. I've been an entrepreneur now for 40 years. I'm a very successful businessman. And I've been speaking all over the country and teaching. So now to have what you offered here, I'm sorry, you don't have no idea the blessing that you're giving to me for your idea, your futuristic idea, and the concept of what's needed for people like me and other businesses. This is fantastic.
Now, I have to confess that when you first came over here to visit with us, it wasn't the day that you joined, but I did see your eyes light up, so I knew you would be back.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. Man, I lit up like a Christmas tree.
Now you have, to this point, you've spoken at events that were hosted in the studio by some of our other members.
Oh, yes.
And that was what your introduction to the program ended up being in the first place. But you've primarily used the venue to meet with your team members, with your staff, and with some of your clients. How are you finding that?
Very convenient, and it's saving me, to be honest with you, it's saving me a lot of money from what I was spending from here to there, and different locations to have one place where I can have everything. And as you know, next month I have an event scheduled for here, and I'm going to do a teaching session here where we're really going to go national on a larger level and show the world, and I'm saying the world, because I have clients all over the world that are going to get a chance to just tune in, and I can do everything from right here.
Exactly. And I know, and it really warms my heart to see both of you using these resources to the fullest potential. You know that we have the ability to live stream the way that we're doing tonight. We have the ability to record this for playback and for you to be able to put up on your YouTube channel and to distribute other places. And we're gonna share some of those things that we're doing on your behalf, because we also have a very strong done for you component to this program, where once you create the content, we take the ball and run for you and with you. So I'm excited. You know that. That's why you're here.
Yeah, I'm excited about your vision. Your vision is increasing my vision. And those who come on board, and that's what it's all about.
And I think that's about the best as it can possibly be expressed, so thank you for sharing it in that fashion. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break to go back to the other set. I'm going to share a few more slides while we bring the next crew up. And we're going to be talking with two additional members from their perspective. Some of them have had a little bit different experience. They've used some other benefits that we include in the packages that we have available for you. But ultimately, you're going to be able to get a very nice overview of all the things that are available to you as part of the Village Connector community and the Village Connector education program. So we'll be back in just a few minutes. Just hang in there with us. Hopefully the buffering is not a big issue. If it's okay, so it's solid now. My partner, who you're going to hear from later, has just assured me that the buffering is no longer an issue. So thank you for bandwidth.